The next thing I wanted to kind of ask you, like, do you exercise at home or do you exercise by going to the gym?
That's actually a funny question. So I guess it really depends from first year to second year, because first year you're more like getting used to uni and the environment. Me, for example, I'm an international student, so it was more of a all round, just get used to where you are. And then second year, I think, is when you start thinking about those things. So we actually had a discussion to just get gym memberships.
Yeah, we did.
To me, and could you just say your name and what course you're doing?
I'm Marcus Suknanen, and I am doing business management.
I'm Sophia Sekas, and I'm doing business management.
What made you like do the course?
It gave me the most options for the future. That's why I chose that
Yeah.
course.
I didn't have really an idea to what to do. So I felt like I could do almost anything with the degree. And also I really like the whole world of logistics and just operations. So I felt like the right choice.
So the next thing I wanted to say, like, obviously there are ways you can like do the right choice, as you said. But how well do you take like criticism? Do you take it personally? Do you not? Or do you like learn from it?
For example, I take it and just make it so I can develop in those areas.
I mean, I feel like with criticism, it depends on the criticism, of course. Like, if it's official criticism, then obviously you take notice and you act on it. Oh, it honestly depends. With the course, I'm always down to listen. If it's about me personally, it depends how I feel.
The next thing I wanted to kind of ask you, like, do you exercise at home or do you exercise by going to the gym?
That's actually a funny question. So I guess it really depends from first year to second year, because first year you're more like getting used to uni and the environment. Me, for example, I'm an international student, so it was more of a all round, just get used to where you are. And then second year, I think, is when you start thinking about those things. So we actually had a discussion to just get gym memberships.
Yeah, we did.
Last year, for example, I just did it at home, but now you're just kind of thinking more about yourselves now that you're grounded in uni.
I think because as well, like, you know how you said you was discussing the routine,
Hmm.
that it's good for you to actually like be consistent as well.
Yeah.
Like obviously, if you work out at home, you may be like less disciplined because you're not actually like traveling to the gym.
Mm.
So when will you be like going to the gym? Is that something you'll do from next year because it's like a fresh start?
We was actually planning on doing it, I believe, the 25th of this month. Is because
You have
when
a particular day.
yeah, we have
Yeah,
yeah, we're very
we do.
scheduled when it comes to that sort of stuff.
Okay, and this is like the next question. This is probably like more towards like about relationships. Like if you are in a relationship, what is like a turn off in a person that you don't like? Either bad hygiene or bad manners. You have to choose one.
Ooh, both are really bad, but I'm a really clean person, so bad hygiene will have to be for me.
What's your reason?
uh, then again, I was brought up in like a really clean household. Everything was clean, everything was just good. So anything that just goes with people like not being clean
Yeah.
just makes me not want to. Yes, a big turn up.
What about you? I just said about like bad hygiene or bad manners. Which one are you leaning towards? Like which one you can't tolerate?
Oh, that's really difficult to be honest because I'm a bit OCD when it comes to cleaning everything. Like I'll go home today, as soon as I get in, I'll clean down my iPhone, my computer, and that everything. So I feel like I'd have to say hygiene, but yeah, I'll go with hygiene.
Yeah. How often do you communicate with your friends, family outside of university?
Uh, yeah. Well, then again, I'm an only child and international student. That means my family and friends are in another country. So for my family, it's like around 5 times a week. And friends is just every other day that they need something or just tell me something. So yeah, quite frequently.
And what about you, Mark?
Oh well, with families, every other day I'd say I forget. I've just got too much on my mind. But then with friends, it'd be quite funny. Come, there's too many.
See, right.
There's
Okay.
too many outside.
You know what you just said now?
Yeah.
Like you have a lot of things on your mind.
Mm.
What's the first thing that pops up in your head and why?
Well, first thing that probably pops up in my head is my relationship. And the reason why for that is because I am living with her and she's sitting right next to me. And obviously we're working as a team through all these years, so that's what it is.
Oh look, there's
Yeah, it's
oh
great.
okay. And what about you? What's the first thing that pops up in your head?
Uh,
And just explain why as well.
Lots of things. I mean, my family nowadays, because there's been some stuff, so that's definitely there. I also have lots of anxiety, so yeah. But yeah, and also like just my relationship too, because it's something new that you're navigating. You're living with a person for the first time, so that's gonna have its things.
And just one more thing, like, are you a person that likes being told what to do, or are you a person that is like controlling and telling people what to do? I'll start with you, Mark.
Um, I'd probably rather say I'd like to tell people what to do, but every now and again I'm a bit, you know, it depends on the category, I'd say, of what we're like discussing or what we're doing. Like if we're just going out, then I'd probably choose. But if we're doing something I'm unfamiliar with, then I don't mind getting told what to do.
And you know how you said you was like OCD about like keeping things tidy? Would you say you're like an organized person?
That's a funny thing. I'm more. I would say I'm not organized, but I am organized.
Yeah, it's all right. You're like in between.
I'm the in between. Like with documents and that, I'd say I'm a bit unorganized. But when it comes to like actual work or items, I'm more organized. That makes sense.
Yeah, and what about you?
I usually do not mind with. I hate being bossy and also being bossied around. So I stand in the middle ground, but sometimes if there's things that really annoy me, then yes, I would tell people what to do.